Okay.
Hello parents and welcome to Room 6. I am Kathy Yost and I am delighted to be your kiddos preschool teacher this year. I will tell you from the start that your kiddos are amazing, so great job moms and dads. I want to tell you we have 6 wonderful girls and 8 fabulous boys in our classroom family. And I want to stop and say thank you for choosing Christ Memorial to send your kiddos this year. Our main goal is for your children to feel loved, to make friends, and to become independent. And our key and our main goal is going to be flexibility, as we're going to need a lot of it this year. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. Once again, I'm Kathy Yost. My husband and I live in Westchester. We have 3 fabulous kids. My son Kyle is in 11th grade. My daughter Eva is in 10th grade at Henderson. Both of them are at Henderson. And Lily is at Pierce Middle School and she's in 7th grade. When I am not here teaching preschool, I love to read. I love to spend lots of time at the beach with my family. You'll find me watching my kiddos play soccer because all 3 are soccer players. And I love to sing and be a part of our virtual worship team at my church, which has been fabulous. I have always loved children, and I started teaching 7th grade, moved on to 2nd grade, and then I got my master's in reading and became a reading specialist. I tutored privately while I raised my children, and for the past 10 fabulous years, I have worked here at Christ Memorial, where my kiddos also went, and my mom, Claudia, who's behind the camera, was their teacher. And I am just absolutely thrilled to be your child's teacher. So I'm going to pass Mrs. Allen's going to pass the video over to me so she can introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Claudia Allen, and as Kathy said, I'm her mom. I have been teaching at Christ Memorial for 24 years, and not only did I have Kathy's 3 kids, but I had all of the rest of my grandchildren, except for the very first one, who is now 23 years old. I live in Garnet Valley, in a 55 and over community, and I love to be at the beach and read, and I also love to knit and crochet, and I love spending time with my cat Molly, who certainly keeps me company.
So a big thank you to Claudia, and you might have noticed her experience here, and you know she is always on the ball and keeps me right in line. So what I thought I would do to help you for back to school night is just to walk you through a typical day for your children. And that way you can see it through their eyes. So as you know, your kiddos will come in, and I'll move over here to show you. I'll take their temperature very quickly, and then your children will come in and I will take attendance by your child answering a question. So already I'm giving them something to do to keep them busy and to keep their mind off of having to leave you. So they'll answer the question of the day by putting their star in. They'll put their folder and their snack in, and then they'll sit down and read some books. We'll wait a few minutes for all the kids to get there, and we hop on down to our classroom. So you might have noticed the folders came home today. Our class is yellow. These communication folders are very important, so take good care of them. We put every important paper that your kiddo gets from Miss Jody and all our papers from our classroom. And please clean them out each night and return them so that we can give them all their papers and things safely. If you would like to know about our homework, I have some things to share with you. This right here is an activity calendar. You'll get one for every month. Please don't throw this out. Parents are always asking me, Mrs. Yost, I need more homework. Well, guess what? This is loaded with fabulous activities that are developmentally appropriate for your children to do. And they can do these activities and keep busy on the days that they're not in school. You'll also get a letter person page, and they also have wonderful activities. So please use these as an awesome resource. There are books to read that go with the curriculum and all kinds of amazing things. Another thing that we're starting this year, because I'm a reading specialist and I believe in lots of reading, your children are going to get a September reading log, and this is really important. They can earn a prize, so they're going to be really interested in this. If they read a book, that means just looking at the pictures and making up the story, or you read them a book, then they may color in an apple. And if at the end of September they would like to turn it in their folder and show it to me, they will get to pick from our prize bucket, which is very exciting. So this is another activity to keep your kiddo busy. Now, on other days, we will send home little worksheets and things like that, but I would like to keep that to a minimum because there's so many other awesome activities on all those other pages that you can keep your children busy with. So that will be everything in our welcome and our attendance. And then we move on to our theme-related discovery. So this is very important. This is playtime, but there is so much learning that happens during our playtime. We have dramatic play. We have cars, blocks, building, all kinds of centers. Some of the children will be working at the tables, playing patterning games, math games, coloring, practicing their fine motor, illustrating, being artistic. During that open-ended time, they're going to work on their handwriting at the table with their teachers and lots of fine motor activities, one-on-one help at the tables, and that's also an opportunity for them to take their masks off when they're sitting at the table and choosing those activities. So it went very well this morning. The children illustrated what they wanted to on a paper. I drew this on the first day of school and they did a fabulous job. After our theme-related discovery, we move on to clean up. I usually play the letter person song, so pretty soon it'll be letter N because that's our first letter. The children clean up and they did a fabulous job. It was amazing to see your kids clean up, and citizenship and helping, no problem. We move on to our circle time, so I'll move over to this space over here. You can see for our circle time, your children are going to get to be the leader. They're going to get to look at the calendar. They're going to get to do the weather. They're going to decide whether we do the pledge or God Bless America, and each child will be a leader. We are then going to move on to teacher-led instruction. So this is when I'm going to be teaching them foundations, which is also what Westchester Area School District uses and many of the other local school districts. You can see my foundations with all the pictures and the clues, and I'll be sending handouts with these for you. I will teach them how to make the all of the letters with the skyline, plane line, grass line, and worm line, and I will model it. We will skywrite it. We will do it in all different ways, but this is the paper that your children will be using for handwriting this year. We will do large group math instruction. So today we made patterns with different colored materials, and your children were actively participating and coming up and continuing patterns. And patterns is our theme for the month of September, along with being at school. So you're going to be hearing them talking all about being at school. That's our first theme, and it's so appropriate. During that time, we'll also introduce our Bible, but I will tell you, Bible time is all day. When your children are in my class, they will learn that we treat others the way we want to be treated. And Bible happens all day when we talk about how we treat each other, how we can be friends, how we love one another. And it's an ongoing thing. But we also have a Bible time, and our first story will be all about Noah. So you'll hear about how God keeps his promises. Your children may use the bathroom any time of day. I do like them to go in the morning, and so I encourage that because during our lessons and sitting for circle, they often want to go, but they can go whenever they need to go. So we will take bathroom breaks, and I'll be talking about it. If you can dress them in easy clothes so they can be independent, that'll be really helpful. And make sure to keep extra clothes that are seasonal in their bags. Sometimes even they might spill their cup of water on their socks. So believe it or not, we need all parts of the extra clothes. We have snack time then. So here, if you can help us to please label your child's snack, it just makes things so much easier. We have so many kiddos. We're doing a lot of extra cleaning, hand washing. If the snack is labeled with their name, that is so helpful. Please just send one small. Now, believe it or not, we have a short time for snack because it's not very long before lunch. So it takes children quite a bit of time sometimes to eat a large bag of things. So if you can portion things out to small snacks, of course, healthy if it can be because it's in the morning, and nut-free. Be careful to read granola bars and things like that can have traces. No water bottles this year because of the COVID. We're keeping water cups to keep everybody safe and everything clean. Disposable lunch boxes. If you would not send them for the beginning of the year, Miss Jody has asked everything to be disposable, so a brown paper bag. Thinking about the things in your child's lunch, if they can be more independent with it, the more things that you can send that are easy for them to open and things like that. That will really be helpful to us because we have a lot of kiddos staying for lunch. So that's our snack time, and it will be a time where your child can take off their mask, talk to one another, relax, and they just have a wonderful time. If they have an afternoon snack, could you please just leave it in their backpack, and then it labeled with their name, and then the children will pull it out and put it on the shelf when we unpack. That would be great. So we're moving on to our large motor play. Now we have a playground time, and it's separate from everyone else because Miss Jody is wonderful like that. So we'll be going outside and using the playground. Sneakers are awesome if you have them. Sneakers that are old play sneakers, because the grass is sometimes wet, but we still want to go out. So if you're okay with them getting dirty, send them into school. We really want to be outside. Play clothes are best for running and playing. Believe it or not, at that point, we move on to our dismissal, when Miss Jody will call us on our walkie-talkie when your child's car is here, and we simply walk them down. It went seamlessly this morning without any problems. So that is what your child's typical day would be like. So thank you for listening. I have only a few other things, so I'm going to move back over here. And some of these things I spoke about. The calendar and the newsletter will go home, and that's fine. Birthdays. We'll celebrate birthdays as close to your child's birthday as we possibly can, and we'll put a crown, and they'll pick from the prize box, and they'll go down and see Miss Jody for her prize box, but please no goodie bags. It just keeps it easier for everyone. Summer birthdays we'll pick a date in May, and we'll do all the summer birthdays. You can count on us to make your child feel very special during their birthday, and they will feel special. I'm happy to say that chapel will be virtual, and we'll be watching it on a large screen in our classroom. You can see we have a big TV. So we're going to be experiencing that on the days that the chapel is listed on our calendar in our classroom. And we will have chapel. Every Friday we will have library. This is an awesome experience for your kiddos. Tomorrow is their first, actually, I'm not sure when I'll post this video, but Fridays. So tomorrow, because this is Thursday, tomorrow is their very first library, and it'll be at 9:15. So they'll come in, they'll unpack, and then we'll go straight to an awesome new experience. And they'll get to check out a book. Remember to return your library books every Friday. If you forget, that's okay, because what we say to your children is you get another week with that book, so it must be a fabulous book. I'm sure you can't wait to read it again. If by some chance the book gets lost, just replace it with another book. That's all we ask. So if you have any questions about library, it's pretty simple. Just bring your book back every Friday. You can return it before Friday. If you keep it in your child's backpack, we'll ask them if they're finished with it, and if they're finished with it, it'll just get returned. So my final thoughts, I'm going to be sending home everybody a packet, and this is going to be a really great resource. We put some fabulous things in it, and the first thing I want to talk to you about is, once again, I'm a reading specialist. So I'd like to say, please read with your children. Put books everywhere. Put books in the car, put books in the kitchen, put books in their bedroom, put books all around. Don't just read with your kids at night, because in the evening they're tired and they need to experience books all day. We want them to see you reading. We want to have them read simple texts that are repetitive and rhyming. One of the very first books, besides the theme book that I read today, is going to be The One and Only You. And we talk a lot about what we think the book might be about when we look at the cover, we make predictions. Believe it or not, your children will comprehend so much better if they've thought about something and got their mind ready before they read it. So I'm going to be teaching them how to track text and all those things. I will say, and this is a little tricky this year, but try to limit screen time. So I know a lot of things have gone virtually, and other kids do clubs and things on Zoom. So it is a little bit of a different time, but I always tell parents that for young children who are learning to track text, that too much screen time is not good for their eyes. It really actually makes it more difficult for children to learn left and right tracking of text. So lots and lots of books, lots and lots of playtime, lots and lots of fine motor time. So the same thing goes with writing. Reading and writing go hand in hand. It's like a seesaw. Put paper in their play areas. Let them make little lists. We have paper in our science center, and I got some fabulous writing from some of my kids this morning. It was unbelievable to see them and what they had to share. Language. Talk. Turn the radio down in the car. Talk to your kids. Show them the things they see out the window. Talk about the letters on the signs. Talk to them in the grocery store. Talk to them when you go to the park. Just keep talking and talking, naming things. That's how they learn language. Fine motor. I will tell you, and these are large scissors, but scissors, if you can see these 3 fingers, these are the 3 fingers that we use for cutting. These are the same 3 fingers that when I write, thumb on one side, pointer on top, tall finger doesn't let the other side drop. I am going to be working with them on a proper grip this year. There is a continuum of this. So some are not ready for this tripod grip, but there are other grips with more fingers and things like that. But little by little, we'll be working on a proper grip. The best way you can help them is to give them scissors. It's like lifting weights for your fingers and making them strong. Anything that they can zip, Velcro, snap, buckle, using these 3 fingers, these fingers then are going to be developmentally ready for writing. So help us by giving them puzzles, Play-Doh, and all those things for their little fine motor fingers. Finally, I'm just wrapping up with communication. Please do not feel as if you are bothering me if you have a question, a concern. Now, when you bring them in the morning, if I take their temperature, if there's something you need to tell me quickly, please do. If they didn't sleep so well, or very quickly you need to tell me, they're a little off that morning because at breakfast you noticed, they were being a little sad. Please let me know. If there's anything you need from me, send me an email. Contact the school. You can reach out to me. You can stop and tell me when you drop them off if there's an issue. If you need a longer time to chat with me, send me an email and we'll have a chat. It's no problem at all. I will tell you that you have done a fabulous job. Your kiddos are amazing. Mrs. Allen and I are so excited to be their teachers. We are so thrilled. I can't tell you how thrilled we are to be here in person teaching your kids. And there are a lot of other wonderful things in our classroom. Our DIG curriculum this year, it's our 2nd year, our foundations, our letter people. There are so many wonderful things. Our science center, which is going to be changing, that we have to share with them. So we're absolutely thrilled to be teaching our kiddos. Great job with them because they're dynamite. They came in here ready to learn, and that's what we were hoping. So I hope this back to school video has helped you. If there's any other further updates and things, I'll send emails. So please let me know if the emails are going through by a quick response. And I can't wait to be your kiddos teacher. Mrs. Allen and I are just thrilled. So bye, and thanks for joining me on this back to school video. Take care.